All right. Jeff and Ben back for another exciting episode of Lancaster Connects. I don't know, did you talk about this last time? Our new sound foam in the studio?
I may have mentioned it.
All right.
Yeah. The carpet.
Yeah. It's fancy.
I feel like I'm at home.
It's fancy smancy. I like it. So I'm impressed. I hope you're impressed. But mostly we want to impress you with all we do here at Lancaster Connects.
That's what's more important.
That's right. Week over week, we bring you great people doing great things in our county, helping our county go forward and be a better place to live and enjoy. And so that's what we're doing here at Lancaster Connects each week. This week, it's Extra Give Week. And so we started this little rundown update a few weeks back, highlighting what's going on. So we're going to dig right in on Extra Give. So if you don't know, Extraordinary Give started, it was 12 years ago in 2012. So I guess this is where it's actually the 13th Extra Give because 12 is the first one.
True.
I always have to do the math. And it was the Extraordinary Give, but now it's called Extra Give.
Yep.
Because Extra Give is just easier to spell. I know that as
letters.
Yeah, I know that as Janakova.
Yes, you've dealt with this your entire life.
Yeah, for a charity board I sit on, I had the opportunity in the donation platform to my own URL, and everybody else that has Smith and Jones for last names makes sense. I just put Jeff G.
Yeah, that at least with the last name, that's what you can do.
Yes.
But you can't say e-give because then that people don't know what that means.
Yeah, and that would be probably some big corporation has it connected to Lancaster.
That's true.
So the smart people at the Lancaster County Community Foundation, at some point in the last 12 years, made it the Extra Give. So now we can all do that. So that's great. So extragive.org is where you go for everything that we're going to be talking about. But here's really what's to know. This year marks 100 years that the Lancaster County Community Foundation has been in operation, helping Lancaster County out.
Wow.
Yeah. So
a big milestone.
So everybody's just tuning in to Extra Give and they're like, yeah, hold my beer. We've been at this for 80 some years. Lancaster, right? Helping Lancaster go round, helping them, helping basically all the organizations in Lancaster come together, rise above, raise money, and affect their missions.
Yep.
Which is really great. And so
I feel like next year for Extra Give Week, we should have them on the show.
We probably should.
Yeah.
We probably should have them on back in maybe October.
That's true.
I think they're probably pretty busy this time.
Probably ask them what the best time to have them on would be.
So when you go to their page, there's an about page that this is what we have up on the screen. And you get all the details about what Lancaster County Community Foundation's been up to. But the Extra Give, as you've heard about it, the whole downtown area transforms into one big charitable giving party, which is very cool about Lancaster. And there's a reason for that. There's 442, which when I saw that number, I'm like, cool. Oldsmobile old school 442 engine. But 442,
there's the list right there.
Charities that are there. And so we just wanted to highlight a few, really because one of them sent us their link. So that's smart. We're easy. Just send us your stuff. We'll get it on the show. All right. So SCORE, they are a participating charity in the Extra Give. All right. And you can donate to them. So all you do, folks, is you just go to the Extra Give, you search out all the charities. So type in things you're passionate about. Maybe it's pets, maybe it's food insecurity. Any of those, any charitable category you could search, or if you know it, you can search them. So SCORE, as an example, you can donate to them. We have Off the Streets as one that's participating. I'll actually be attending one of their parties. And, I should say their party. It's not like there's a whole bunch of parties. That sounded really bad.
Yeah,
give us your money for parties.
Town. Yeah, right.
Give us your money for parties.
They have one party.
Yeah, they have one party, and they're actually raising money from that party.
Yeah.
I'm working to secure a very cool bottle of bourbon to raffle off. Yeah. So it's not just water in here, folks. I'm kidding. It's just water.
Save it for the connection cocktail. Come on, man.
It is just water. But Off the Streets is somebody that's focusing their charitable efforts and fundraising efforts through Extra Give, which really is the thing, right? Extra Give, it's the community foundation puts a whole lot of money back to the charities because there's a gamification to this, if you didn't know. So it's important for you to donate and support the charities that are on this list because charities that get the most donors, there's prizes for the most raised, most unique donors, all kinds of fun that is going on. So Acorn Acres is another one. We actually have squirrels named after us.
Hopefully they're still around.
They are. I saw they graduated stick school, which meant they're like ready to get into the woods now.
Nice.
Right. So Ben and Jeff are out there. So that's cool. Girls on the Run.
We've had them on the show.
Had them on the show.
Yeah.
You had Amelia's gone through that program, and you thought it was really powerful for her, giving girls confidence to
great organization,
get out of their comfort zones, and enjoy all that program has to offer. And then Power Packs. We've had Brad on the show, another food insecurity, food hunger charity, and so they're doing great work, and they need donations. And so this is where it's this time of year, if you're in that giving mood and you want to help and you're like, I want to spread it around a little bit. Hit that search. Maybe you help these 5 out, donate, divide up that $100 into 20 donations of $5. And that will help that unique donor count, right? For all of these organizations. If you want to go deep on one, pick yours and donate to them. Of course, that's entirely up to you. If you want to check out those prizes I was talking about, you go to extragive.org/prizes, and you can see there, like there's Lancaster County Community Foundation. There's an early bird registration prize. Steinman Foundation's doing 10 prizes of $5,000 each. So 50 grand there. This is where the Extra Give really does multiply. Yes, it's all of Lancaster County and surrounding areas and donor lists donating, but it's these big companies, PNC, Giant, Truist, Steinman Foundation, as I mentioned, Community Foundation, Hershey, Highmark, all of these great companies that do support Lancaster County. Mm-hmm. It's always nice to see the big ones come back home and support where they were born, New Holland Group, mm-hmm. Armstrong. So they're all giving and kind of plussing and leveling up these charities. So
it's amazing to see how the community supports the community, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty amazing.
It's people helping people.
So what's the squirrels away from New York? What's Steve talking about here? I saw that comment come in.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He might have to explain.
I don't know.
But yes, Brad Peterson and Power Packs for the win. Absolutely, Steve. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks to John Ayersman, friend of the show. Thanks for tuning in. And yes. He thinks we're rock stars.
That's right. We are rock. Well, there's nothing to think about. I am a rock star. So you can think about you.
I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe you should have gone to Girls on the Run with Amelia and got more confidence.
Probably.
Right?
Probably.
Self-talk. Right?
Yeah.
Positivity.
True. That is true.
Right?
That is true.
Look in the mirror. This is a handsome individual.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out.
Smalley.
I'm going to go out and yes. And I'm going
smart enough.
Right. I'm going to go out and
gosh darn it.
Win this day.
Yes.
That's right.
I think we should get to our guest.
It's that time. It's like we're right there. We say 8 to 10 minutes. We're like 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Lisa Driendl-Miller, Lancaster Bar Association, Lancaster Law Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I feel like I'm in the presence of rock stars.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I knew that, but let's talk this guy up.
I cut the long rock star hair like 20 years ago. So, I don't know.
Oh man, Chris, if you could bring that photo up as we talk.
Goodness. Here we go.
Just a little challenge.
Lisa, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So you represent two organizations, the Lancaster Bar Association and the Lancaster Law Foundation.
Correct.
Did I get those correct?
Yes.
So let's start with the Bar Association. What is the Lancaster Bar Association all about?
The Bar Association is a membership organization. We have almost 800 attorneys, judges, and legal professionals. Our mission is to promote the competence, ethics, and collegiality of the legal profession, provide service to the public, and fair administration of justice. You were talking about Hold My Beer. Hold My Beer, we were established in 1792.
That's a lot of maths ago.
So even back in simpler times, lawyers were still needed.
Yes. The 15th president of the United States, James Buchanan, was a member. Thaddeus Stevens, George Ross, he was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence.
George Ross, That was also Susan Ross's father in Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, oh my God.
Sorry.
With the marble rye.
We like to put some
goodness.
Seinfeld in here. We're both Seinfeld fans. But no, George
That's
Ross
amazing.
from the Constitution. Yes, of course. Yep.
Over 300 years old. That's awesome.
Yeah. Lisa, this might be a little fun trivia. I don't mean to put you on the spot. Do you know like the oldest recorded date of lawyer and lawyering and legal practice? Is there any record of that, like in U.S. history or world history?
There is, and I know that because we publish a weekly legal journal.
Oh, wow.
So I could send that over to you if you'd like.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think we need to follow that up. Maybe talk about that next week.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this show, comment back with your guess and we'll fill you in. Maybe we'll give you like a pillow as a prize if you're right. How about that? Just right off the
Let's
top.
do it.
Yeah. So,
So, Lisa, how does the organization support local attorneys?
So again, we publish a weekly legal journal that comes out every Friday. We provide continuing legal education for attorneys and paralegals. They have to have 12 credits every year. And so we put summits and lunch and learns and conferences together. We offer networking opportunities, pro bono opportunities. We run a lawyer referral service, and we also evaluate judicial candidates. And we've been doing that for over 70 years.
very good. Very good. So you're kind of helping the Lancaster legal world spin around.
Yes.
You're the hub, it sounds like. Very cool. Very cool.
What you're the executive director of the Bar Association?
I am.
So what does that mean? And what is your role there? Like, what do you do there?
It's like herding cats, 800 of them.
They won't hear this interview. You get calling them cats.
Just like any small nonprofit organization, I wear a lot of hats. I focus on events and programs, fundraising, development. When the toilet clogs, I have to unclog it.
That's the same thing here. It's right.
Yeah. Well, we call like Lancaster Plumbing and Heating.
Yeah, right. That's true.
So
That's true.
We do that. But I like the herding cats thing. I was going to say something went right off the top of my head. It was a lawyer jokish kind of thing. I forget it now. Mustn't have been that funny. Either way. So the Bar Association brings everybody together as the executive director. What's been the most rewarding thing of your role so far?
For the Bar Association?
Yeah. And then we'll get into the legal, the Lancaster Law Foundation.
Sure. I think that building connections and networking. I think introducing law students to attorneys, firms, managing partners, and paralegals to attorneys. Maybe they're looking for a new job or a different opportunity. Just making those connections, meeting other nonprofits. We have such a wonderful community here in Lancaster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's show after show, we find out more and more how amazing the Lancaster community is. I mean, it really is awesome. So what is the Lancaster Law Foundation then?
So that is our charitable arm. That's our C3. And the mission is to improve lives by promoting equal access to justice through philanthropy, education, and service.
So how is it that, we get that what that is. So
Right.
Basically, Lancaster Law Foundation, you're taking the skills and the assets of all the lawyers in the county and doling that out through various things. So is it free legal advice, legal reviews? Like, how do people get connected to that access? what mechanisms?
So we have a community grants program that I'm really proud of. We have different programs that we run. We offer educational programs. We partner with nonprofits. We partner with schools, the Lancaster Chamber to offer shadowing. So we have a lot of different programs that we're really proud of.
Yeah, very good.
What are some of the initiatives that the Lancaster Law Foundation has in place that you'd like to share on the show?
We run a lawyer referral service, and that provides access to justice for a consultation. It's $50 for the half-hour consultation with the attorney. That provides people that maybe don't necessarily have the means to hire someone for their full case. Maybe it just needs a consultation. Maybe that's all that they need. So I think that's a vital resource for the community. We have a speakers bureau, and that's providing free legal information that our attorneys can come to your organization and speak. We appreciate jurors, and so we celebrate them and the role that they play in our justice system. We are getting ready to roll out a safe driving academy. We have 2 programs, Alive at 25 and Defensive Driving. And we're going to be emphasizing safe driving practices and educating legally and safety implications of responsible driving. So I'm excited about that. And we have a legal career fair coming in February, where we're going to connect local students with career opportunities in the law.
Very cool.
How does the driver's one work? The driver education, is that in partnership with schools, or what does that look like?
It's actually going to be hopefully with courts.
Okay.
So yes, we're going to roll it out in January, and we're going to start promoting it to the magisterial district judges. That if someone has a driving infraction and they feel like they need some safe
back in the day
help, that they can be sent to the Safe Driving Academy, and we will assist.
Back in the day, I got a couple tickets in a row, a few.
A couple that turned into a few.
Yeah, I had to go to I forget what it's called. You got to go back to the DMV.
For your point,
and get your hand slapped, and then you get some points off, and then you got to be a good boy in your race car for a long, long time. And I was. But boy, why my parents were upset. And then I learned how expensive insurance was on my own at 17.
Yeah.
Or actually at 16 and a half or so. Yeah, it happened quick. So
the schools are not offering driver's ed like they used to. So we're hoping that this is filling a need in the community.
Yeah,
it should.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Not behind the wheel. We're not doing any of that.
Yeah. Well, in the schools that are, it's so in demand. So kids just, by the time an opening is ready for them at school, they're 16 and a half ready to go get their license. So, mom and dad are like, we'll just go to a driving school. And then they get that done, if they get that done. It is very much needed. Safe roads it's a good thing for everybody. It really is. All jokes aside, don't speed. Don't be like me. Be a rock star like me in other regards, not in the speeding when I was 16 and a half. That's not good.
So, Lisa, what are some events that the Lancaster Law Foundation coordinates?
We have the Give coming up.
Yep.
We have an annual golf outing. That's
cool.
A lot of fun. I told you we have the legal career fair coming up.
let's talk about that. So we got legal career fair coming up, and then we'll talk about extra give as we wrap up, and we can touch on the golf outing. So give us the rundown, like the who, what, when, and where on the career fair.
Career fair is at the end of February, and it's going to be held at the Lancaster Bar Association. And we're going to have a few breakout sessions, one for paralegals, one for law students. And so it's the first time we've ever done it. So we're really excited.
Where is the Lancaster Bar Association?
28 East Orange Street.
Okay.
Right around the corner from the courthouse.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Also around the corner from Marion Court.
That's right.
Across the street from Marion Court.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Yep. Parking garage is right there. Right. So easy to park.
Yes.
You to attend. It's the one teacher I connected to in high school was my law and society teacher in grade 11. Actually, a current Gardner's Mattress and More customer.
I was wondering. Yeah.
Mrs. Fink. And so Mrs. Fink from Cocalico High School, if you're watching, you were that teacher that made that connection. I would maybe if we would have went to a career fair, I might have answered my calling. It would seem, as I've been told multiple times, to be a lawyer.
You'd be sitting here.
I could be a lawyer.
You could attend that fair coming up.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna stick in this path. I think.
I got you. The last time Mrs. Fink was in, she asked if you were being a good boy. I said, yeah.
She heard about those speeding tickets. But no, it's cool to offer those events because it can make a connection for folks, right? To really kind of see, okay, I could see myself in this career. I could see myself being this person that I'm talking to, right? Because they hear the experience, the education path that the lawyer has to go through. They can see what that payoff looks like, right? At one of these career fairs and just get to mix and mingle with people doing the job that they might want to do. Yeah, very cool.
We have a Law Day poster contest. We started it already, and that's Law Day is May 1st, and it's for elementary school students. So we're excited about that this year. That's new.
That's
something different. We're doing something a little bit different.
So May 1st is Law Day.
Yes.
All right. So don't get a speeding ticket
on May 1st.
On May 1st. Yeah, that's bad. Or do anything else on May 1st. So have you had any early entries from the kids for the poster contest yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's coming. It's still a little early for
it. It is. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, my little brother ate my candy bar. That's against the law. See if they make that into a poster or something.
There are parameters.
Okay. And who judges the kids poster contest?
We're going to have a nice array of judges. Let me know if you'd like to be included.
Lancaster Connect's guest judge.
Yeah. I wouldn't be a good judge. I would I would just follow the rubric and I'm sorry, you're outside the line, you're out. I don't know.
No creative thinking or drawing or
but that's not, I don't know. Maybe I would be a good judge. I don't know.
You would, yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I mean, I think that's fun. That's a great way to bring kids in. And so are you working with all the schools in the county on that? School district in Lancaster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And homeschoolers as well.
Okay. So interesting way to bring kids into the law and legal conversation, right? Some children, what they know of the law is negative. Kind of making we've had fun talking, but here's a more important thing to note, right? So this is a good way to bring kids into the law, if you will, in a positive way and give them education around, hey, there are good people with the law, not just a police officer that maybe you've seen in your neighborhood or, God forbid, your home as a result of a crisis or a crime. So neat way to bring kids in. I applaud you for that. That's cool.
We have Operation Santa coming up soon. And that's, I think this is maybe the 7th year we've done this. We adopt all the kids at the Transitional Living Center up on King Street. And they give us all wish lists. There it is. Yes.
That's cool.
It's so much fun.
Looks like you got Santa and Mrs. Claus there.
We throw them a big party. It's magical.
That's awesome.
Has there been like a most interesting gift request that the kids have asked for?
The gift requests were very interesting this year. We had someone, he wants cowboy boots, which I thought was kind of a cool gift.
That's cool. Yeah.
One year we had 5 bikes. So that was pretty exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, bikes are always a good Christmas gift.
Just on the boots note, I don't think it would work out for this year. But Boot Barn is a national Western wear, cowboy wear clothing store, workwear store. When my father-in-law passed, he wanted to be a cowboy. And so we had him, as part of his funeral services, we got him a cowboy hat. And we went in and we said, look, here's the deal. And he opted to be cremated. So we said to the Boot Barn staff, we don't necessarily need the most expensive cowboy hat because this is what's going to happen to it. That staff gave us, and this was in Berks County, they gave us a $90 cowboy hat for free.
Well,
wow.
They answered the call. And so just maybe in the back of your mind, if that comes up down the road, I bring it up because Boot Barn is going to be a neighbor here to us at Gardeners. I don't know if I didn't even share this with you.
No.
Yeah. They're moving in right down the road where the old bookstore used to be and where Just Furniture came in and went out.
They're excited about that.
They're going to be right there. I a little cowboy in me a little bit sometimes. I have cowboy boots too. But I just bring it up because sometimes really great businesses of all types, local, national, highlighting the big sponsors and those gamification prize awarders, Giant and Hershey, sometimes the big players can have a heart too, right? And they can remember. So, just wanted to share that. Maybe if there's somebody in your network that gets up to the Reading area, there you can maybe go into Boot Barn and ask to fulfill that gift if need be.
Thank you.
As a donation. That's cool. Cowboy boots. I like it. Yeah. I like what size by chance?
I'm waiting for them to give me the size.
Okay.
So Lisa, the Lancaster Law Foundation has a ton of great community initiatives. Are you able to share a story or two from an initiative that really had an impact on a particular person or group of people in Lancaster County?
Yeah, great question. Okay, so this grew out of a conversation I was having with one of our judges, Judge Stedman, and he runs PFA court, and there was a fight in the hallway right outside the courtroom, and deputies had to be called, and it was all in front of a child.
Oh, wow.
And so from that conversation, it grew into us creating comfort rooms, children's comfort rooms at the courthouse. And the courthouse gave us a conference room on each of the court floors. And it's a safe and welcoming environment for kids. There's a TV, DVD player, soft furniture, toys, books. Just there it is. Yeah. Just a way to alleviate stress and anxiety, especially just sitting in the hallway. Maybe, you're a victim and the person you filed the PFA against is sitting across from you. Now they have a safe private area where they can go. They've also started using it for PFA victims.
Yeah.
That's really important. Giving people a safe space to be in, to not, be witness to things like the story you brought up there.
Mhm.
And I'd imagine too, it's kind of like a scary and almost, I wanted to say sanitary environment, but really in the term of suits and ties and
It's
deputies and
yes.
Intimidating. There's the better word.
Mm-hmm.
Really intimidating environment, even though it's hallways and courtrooms and no one there for legal purposes. Obviously, if you're the defendant and have been found guilty, you've obviously done something wrong. Even though those people are good people, they still can be intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
That's really smart. And that was Judge Stedman that created that, or that was in conjunction with the Law Foundation.
Yes, it was in conjunction with the Law Foundation.
Yeah, fantastic.
With it, and we ran with it.
Fantastic. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's really neat to see those kinds of things come together when great minds just think about, hey, what solution can we come up with? That's very neat. Very neat. I like it. So you do your golf outing, and then let's wrap up with what you've got going on with your Extra Give efforts.
Mm-hmm.
So when's the big golf outing?
Oh, golf outing. It's usually in May.
May.
June.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And do you sell out your foursomes? I would imagine you do.
Oh, we do okay. Yep, we do pretty well. We have a lot of golfers.
Yeah, lawyers and golf kind of go hand in hand.
Golf, yes.
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah, yeah. And where do you have your golf outing?
Media. Well, we were doing it at Media Heights, and then we moved over to Millersville to do it.
Crossgates, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's a great course.
Ben's the golfer here out of the two of us. I just moved. Yeah. We just rearranged our garage and shed this weekend, and Ben helped me. He was gracious enough to help me get rid of the stuff we got rid of in our dumpster. Golf clubs were not one, but based on the timeline of using them, they should have been. So between Crossgates and Media Heights, which do you prefer?
Oh, well, Media Heights, you have to know somebody to go there or play in a tournament.
Yes.
Okay.
Crossgates is for the people. And I used to live in Millersville and frequented Crossgates often. So yeah, it's a great course.
Yeah.
So both are good. So
both are good, yeah.
You're playing diplomat here on the show. All right. Very good. Very good. Try to get it out of you.
Let's dig into the Extra Give. It's Extra Give Week, as we highlighted this morning. I know you have some initiatives and efforts related to that.
We do. We're having a happy hour at Marion Court, right across the street, on Friday from 4:30 to 8:30. And we're excited about that. With your donation, you get a free drink ticket, and we have a buffet of appetizers. So you're more than welcome to join that.
That's cool.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, I'd referenced in our show open, some of the ways the Extra Give works. So are you participating in the game, as I'm calling it, the gamification of Extra Give, where if you have so many donors, does every participant automatically get entered into that process?
You are automatically entered. Yes.
Okay. So you're in the contest for number of donors, probably in the contest for largest collected, I would imagine.
Yes.
Largest amounts.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any others that our listeners and watchers can help you with?
They do, certain hours. If you donate during a certain hour.
Oh, yes, I've seen that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in other words, watch your emails, watch your social media feed.
Mm-hmm.
If you like what we've shared here with what Lancaster Law Foundation and the Bar Association is doing, as I said, is in the open, if you have a set amount of money and you'd like to spread it around, I would hope that you'd consider Lancaster Law Foundation as one of those benefactors or beneficiaries. Giving the money, you're the benefactor.
Yes, I think that's correct.
That's some legal language right there, I think. Isn't it, Lisa?
Maybe.
It's smart people words.
Lisa, I know we have a PowerPoint. Chris, I think maybe you have that PowerPoint or a link to the PowerPoint. This just shows a little bit of what the funds you're collecting through the Extra Give might go to, I think.
Yeah.
Chris, I think that was in one of the emails sent maybe this morning.
Mhm.
But I know the PowerPoint just shows a little bit about how you're using, the funds that are collected through the Extra Give.
Yes. Most of it does go right back out into community grants.
Okay. Yep.
In the past 5 years, we've given away more than $300,000
Wow.
to local community organizations, legally related.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
I'd like to briefly talk about a new program that we started, a translation access program.
Yep.
At least 1/3 of Lancaster City residents speak a language other than English. And we felt that that was such a need in our community and a challenge. And we implemented the program. Now we can provide access for telephone consults and document translation in over 240 languages.
Wow.
So kind of when you go to the hospital and they have a translator immediately on the phone, we can now do that.
Wow.
So it's through a language line telephone service?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So a lot of people will walk to the courthouse, pick up paperwork, and not be able to read it or understand it. And so they walk down and we can help them.
And they get that access to the language line. Is that correct?
That's
Language translation
It is. Mhm.
at 28 East Orange Street
Correct.
at the Lancaster Law Foundation and Bar Association.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's right there for that help. And even just like, sometimes I think, I mean, I can read an English written document. I speak English and I understand the language, but that lawyer language needs its own language line sometimes.
Sure.
Right. And so if you're able to connect to the services they offer, and you fit the criteria, that's where Lancaster Law Foundation could come in as well. Obviously you're not there to support a for-profit business, but people in need to, again, make, how did you say it? Equitable access to the law.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you fit that mission, Lancaster Law Foundation and Bar Association is here to help with that. Really great work you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, love it. Anything else to share as we wrap up with your Extra Give efforts this week, or anything you want to kind of wrap up with?
I think maybe talking about maybe some of the organizations that we've donated to. I know that you've had Benchmark on the program. Will Keeper.
We have, yeah.
We helped them by giving them a grant at the end of, they had a grant that was ending, and we gave them a grant to help push them over to secure an annual $300,000 contract to sustain their predisposition gun violence program. And I'm
That's
really
great.
proud of that. We funded a community grant for a Pennsylvania Dutch Interpreters Project. So again, more language access. They found that children, Amish children of sexual or sexually abused, did not want to speak to someone that didn't look like them.
Wow.
And so there were not any interpreters because most of the time women were only educated to 8th grade in the plain community. And so there was a pilot program run by Safe Communities, and 10 women are now certified to be Pennsylvania Dutch translators.
I would never have thought that service would need to be in place, but it's amazing that you're able to provide that.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone the need for 10.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for that work.
Sure.
Who are some of the others you donate towards?
Oh gosh, Mid-Penn Legal Services. We help fund a custody attorney for them. Tenfold.
Oh yeah, tenfold.
So yes, assisting low-income renters with landlord-tenant issues.
Mm-hmm.
PERC, Pennsylvania Immigration Resource Center, bringing immigration services to Lancaster County. They're out of York County. The district attorney's office, translating some of their documents, along with the self-help center at the courthouse.
Yeah. Wow. So you really are the hub. You're the hub.
We are the hub. We didn't even talk about Wills for Heroes. That's we do that 3 times a year, and that's free estate planning for first responders, EMTs, firefighters, and veterans.
I believe is Russell Kraft Gruber. Does their office participate with that? Maybe as a center to come and bring that work in.
Yes.
Yeah. One of their attorneys was in a referral group we were in at one point, or we're still in it. I forget if they are or not, but
is that Nicole?
It was Nicole. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. As soon as you said Wills for Heroes, I thought of Nicole.
Yeah. Very good for you too.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's wonderful work to do.
Yeah. We've been doing recently name change clinics. So helping the LGBTQ community with that name changes.
Yeah. I would imagine too that there's a need for that. I guess if a spouse would leave an abusive relationship and just want to drop that married name as well.
That does not fall under the program, but yes.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like you got a fan here, Lexi.
That's my daughter, Lexi.
All right. All right. She's giving you a shout out here. Yeah. Thank you for all you do for the Lancaster community and nonprofits. It's pretty cool. Thanks for tuning in, Lexi.
CLE coordinator. So she plans all of our educational programs here at the Bar Association.
Okay, cool. Yeah. She's listening in from the other room.
Yeah. Yeah. We're a small but mighty staff here. There's 5 of us in total. 4 full-time, 1 part-time.
Wow. So you are doing a tremendous amount of work for that staff.
I was going to say, as much as the Lancaster Law and Bar Association do. Yeah.
It's very rewarding, though.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that work. And I mean, I was in a board meeting this morning, and there was 17 on the board. Between board members and committee members and leaders. And so to do all you're doing with 4 full-time is really tremendous. So thank you for that work. I know it's important to the community and the various communities you serve. So thank you for all that. It's wonderful.
Sure.
Yeah.
I saw on that board list, former guest Penny Smith is on there.
Okay.
Remember Penny from the Ephrata Library? She's with the Bar Association.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
when she retired from the library, I stalked her. And I stuck her in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Penny, if you're listening, thanks for arranging the show for us.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, I think it's Connection Cocktail.
It is Connection Cocktail time. Get to know Lisa a little bit better here.
Oh, boy.
You want to kick it off?
Yeah. So what is your favorite holiday or holiday tradition?
Christmas. I love all holidays, but I'm a Christmas girl. I love, my favorite tradition is hosting on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So we usually play games, have lots of great food, wear matching pajamas, all that fun stuff. Yeah. Watch Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's the best one.
Do you have Christmas music on maybe Spotify or the car?
Always, everywhere. Yes.
Okay. Do you watch the Hallmark Channel?
Not lately. They've changed it a little bit.
Okay.
So I have some recordings of my favorite movies. So
all right,
just rewatch those.
My wife loves Hallmark Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, okay. Very good.
All right. Question number 2. If you could travel back in time, where would you go?
Well, I think I would go not far. I would go back to the 80s.
All right.
And I, when life was simpler and you played outside all day, you came home when the streetlights came on, MTV was great, played music.
Yeah, right. So now, follow up, would you be a kid again in the 80s, or would you take yourself now and put yourself in the 80s?
That's a good guess.
I think I'd take myself.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Just to see how you rock out in the 80s.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's a good twist on my question.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So fall time's wrapping up here in Lancaster County. What is your favorite fall thing to do?
I like being outside. I like walking to work in the fall. Usually in the summer, it's a little hot.
Yeah.
But I like being outside, hanging out with friends, by the fire pit, making s'mores. That's
very good.
Yep. Being outdoors.
On the s'mores note, if you have a fire pit, have you ever put your graham cracker on a clean area of the fire pit to get it a little toasty and softer?
No.
I just blew your mind, didn't I?
Wait a minute.
Guess who's having fire pit s'mores this weekend?
Yeah, you're warming the graham cracker and the marshmallow?
No. Put the graham cracker. So this assumes, right. So this assumes you have like maybe a steel fire pit. And you can, before you started, don't anybody burn your hands. We have a lawyer on the line. This is not, I want to clarify. Lisa, how do I absolve myself of liability here? Lisa's here. Lawyers here. Lawyers are here. No liability. No, this assumes you have a steel fire pit. Clean it before you start it on fire. But no, like we have one where it's like a teepee-like structure, and I wipe down the top. And then the top of it gets hot from the fire.
Okay. So you got something over top.
So I lay out the graham crackers on the top, and it kind of toasts them and warms them up. And it gets them a little soft. That's like where they're not crunchy, not burnt or anything, not mushy. It just softens it up a little bit, gets them toasty. And then you put your chocolate. You can even put your chocolate on there and get your chocolate a little melted.
See this?
And then
pro tip:
marshmallow in the fire, and then put it all together.
That's an amazing tip, because
trust the bigger guy for the cooking tips.
You put it all together. Normally, that graham cracker is so crispy, crunch into it, it like explodes, and then you're left with, a marshmallowy mess.
Yeah,
I'll definitely have to try that. We made savory s'mores recently, which is cheese and red pepper jelly and Triscuits. That was interesting.
Okay.
Well, now I'm hungry.
All over TikTok.
That was a TikTok one?
It was, yeah. Savory s'mores.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, learn something new on Lancaster Connects every Monday.
Love it. So red pepper jelly, cheese, and Triscuits. Like it. Yeah. Like that. I could do that and then a s'more, like the sweet and savory.
Do them both.
Yes. Perfect.
Love it. Well, Lisa, thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself and what you like to do and what's awesome around Lancaster for you. It's your perfect time of year. It's Christmas season. So you're like ready to just go full bore Christmas.
I am. Operation Santa. It's right around the corner.
Yeah. Love it. Well, thank you for joining us on the show. Thanks for all you're doing. If you're interested in Lisa's work, go to lancasterbar.org. And you'll be able to check out everything that they're doing there. If you need to get there in person, 28 East Orange Street in Lancaster downtown, directly across the street from Marion Court, or Marion Court's directly across the street from them. You can decide. On Facebook, Lancaster Law Foundation and Lancaster Bar Association. Lisa, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Ben, Jeff, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's a lot of fun.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, Lisa.
You as well.
Thanks.
Savory s'mores.
Man. There's probably like 100 different ideas like that. Like if you just like Google campfire,
maybe we should
more idea.
Maybe we should make a part of the show be like food Jeff wants to talk about.
Yes. Can we make the first one a sugar bowl stromboli?
We have not had. Remember, we used to have sugar bowl strombolis all the time.
No, I mean,
no, like all the time. Lindsay McClure.
She does not watch the show.
I could send her 52 minutes in. I can send her this time stamp.
I have not had a sugar bowl. So
it's been a while.
So my last gluten meal, last meal that included gluten was a sugar bowl stromboli.
Good for you. That's the way to go out.
It was the way to go out.
And you got the baseball bat one too.
Gosh, yeah. But yeah, you don't go for the small. You get the large. Yeah.
Right. There's no value there.
If you don't know
you're
the
wasting money.
Stromboli, Lancaster Miller Show, you're missing out.
Yep. Yeah, you're just missing out on it.
Cheesesteak, boli, sauce and onions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a way to do it.
It's a glorious vessel of cheesy steak goodness.
We should send one to Chris down in Georgia.
You know, really, I think at Millersville, they teach like some kind of mechatronic science course on how they mix with culinary and how they make that doughy vessel hold all that goodness.
I would love to know how.
It's magic.
It is. It feels like magic.
It's magic. But on that note, this directly relates to my sleep better tip about getting your belly empty before you go to sleep.
Okay. So you're going to like snuggle up with a bowlie?
No, don't snuggle up with your food to go to bed. No, in all seriousness, if you work at it and time your meals, you can maybe stop eating around 7:00, right? Your belly will be empty by the time you go to bed, maybe around 10 or 11. And then you get to burn about 400 calories at night while you sleep, which when you think about it, like running on the treadmill, you burn like 90 calories.
Just depends on how hard you run.
I'd just rather sleep.
That's good point.
Almost like 5 times the calories.
Yeah.
Almost. Right? And so it also allows you, here's the more important part. Even if you didn't burn any calories, here's the most important part. Your body naturally has to do some stuff throughout the night. But the first thing it needs to do is digest what's in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's focused on that, it can't focus on the regenerative efforts that your body can reap from restorative sleep. And that's really why it's called restorative sleep, right? Because your organs detoxify, your brain, it sheds all the protein toxins that are in there, washes all that out, which is directly, buildup of that stuff is directly linked to dementia.
Mm.
Okay. And so we joke about it, right? Losing some not eating as much, burning calories. Even if none of that happens, you'll sleep better because your body's truly working the way it's meant to naturally work, and you ought to wake up feeling better.
Good tip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So eat that sugar bowl bowlie by 6:35. Give it an extra 25 minutes to digest. So we'll send you great tips to sleep better, enhance your sleep routine, and just help you wake up happy, which is our promise here at Gardner's Mattress & More. Go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better.
All right. Testimonial time for Gardner's Mattress & More. Got a handwritten testimonial here received over the weekend and in the mail this morning. Open it up. This is from Pat. She worked with Chad, our sales associate here, who just got back from a well-deserved vacation. Anyway, she said Chad was awesome, and she had no intention of buying. I'm going to read her words. I had no intention of buying my mattress when I walked in the store, just gathering information, and his knowledge, patience, and relaxed attitude made me confident in my purchase. So she actually purchased same day, which is normal, but it's also normal to shop a couple visits if needed. And she also never felt stressed toward a particular steered. I'm sorry. Having trouble reading the words.
It's never cursive.
It is cursive. It's been a long time since I read cursive.
Which in 2024 is like hieroglyphics back in the day.
Right. She never felt steered toward a particular brand. Chad listened to what she was looking for, gave me unbiased information, and I left feeling I made the right decision for me. So often when we shop, really for anything in life, but I think it happens often, the mindset when people shop for mattresses, they're like, oh, we're going to talk to this guy and he just wants to sell me what the most expensive thing or this particular brand that he might make more money on or whatever the situation might be. We don't do that here. That is not
right.
Our goal is to learn your sleep needs and make recommendations based on your sleep needs. And of course, budget. We try to make sure that that process is as smooth and as comfortable for our customers as possible. So Chad clearly did that with his customer here, Pat. So thank you, Pat, for your business and thanks for the kind words.
Yeah, it really is something we talk about often. Oh, there it is.
That's not even the long hair.
Before we get to that, just to wrap up,
put on my Facebook page,
but it's beautiful. We're gonna let it happen, Lancaster. But to the point of Ben's testimonial that he shared, and then the long hair picture can come back up. I've been talking a lot with our team about helping our customers on the journey that they're on.
Mm-hmm.
Some days that journey, as a customer comes in and is looking just to gather research, and we're okay with that. We truly are. We're not going to turn the screws and make this a stressful thing. However, sometimes that journey gets advanced by the customer because they feel very comfortable working with us. And that's okay too, because we know two things. One, everybody does want to wake up feeling better, feeling happier, and we can be a part of that. And two, they are going to make a purchase, and we would hope it's with us. But even if we can't make it with us, hopefully we can give them some education, which is why we have our book, and help them along that journey. If that journey can end with us, that's fantastic. The timeline, whether it's 1 visit or 10 visits, is irrelevant to us. We are here to help. And that is proof positive. That warms my heart. It's like the Grinch right now. I'm not a Grinch, but like my heart grew bigger. Hearing
blew out the heart. Yeah.
My heart grew bigger.
Yeah,
so there's Ben's long hair right in the middle, isn't it?
Yep. Those are my boys from Milledgeville. Yep.
Yeah. What's that say on the back? McClure?
Yeah, it says McClure and probably a number that was, yeah. We don't need to get into the story.
Maybe we have a new part of Lancaster Connects where there's the uncut.
You go deep into the Facebooks and find embarrassing images. Yeah.
I just put really great smoked turkey on my Facebook. I don't know.
You do.
But anyway.
You didn't bring any of that smoked turkey in for the team to enjoy.
I didn't. There's the young gentleman traveling.
That goes back 10 or more years. That's Brad from 6th Division.
Yeah. That was a good time. That was a good trip.
It was.
All right. Well, that's an up down memory lane. This week, Lancaster has the opportunity to make a lot of great things come true and make this week memorable with Extra Give. Would hope that you participate in some way, whether that's going out and helping to support a charity with their party or their event. Maybe it's donating a little bit of money. Maybe it's funding a new charity and you can donate that time or your talents to them. Extragive.org. Check out all of what these wonderful 442 organizations and charities are doing to help your community be a better place to live. Extragive.org. And we'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects.